What's up, and yo, what's up? This is your boy, Deacon Django, and we are here and back again with another episode of The Devil. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today.
Now if he made you cry, oh, I gotta know if he's not ready to die. He best prepare for it.
Oh, you trying to save my voice?
Okay,
Oh, now you can hear me. All right, now you can hear me. So, anyway, we are here today with a beautiful spring day, week before Cinco de Mayo, and weekend day before Cinco de Mayo, and we're going to have us a great time. For those of you guys that are joining us today, this is your special day. Today, yes, today, you get to call us in and give us your topics and opinions on what we're going to talk about first. Topic we're going to talk about. Second one, we're going to talk about trending, which is really taking up the internet and the news by firestorm, which is really interesting. You guys get to call us in and win a set of tickets for the new Marvel's Infinity War that just dropped today. Yes, Django has his tickets. Django is going, and Catboy's going to be in town today. Me and him, we're going to go and get our Marvel fix. I'm going to have to get it a couple more times. Nikki G, she over here looking like unbothered. So we going to go ahead. Yeah, you looking good, that dinosaur outfit with the remix. So I want to sit around here today and, of course, introduce my lovely, illustrious co-host, Miss Nikki G. Say hello to the folks.
Hello.
Hello. Uh-oh, she got some good last night here, Sam. Look, she mellow. Hello. Dinner parties. And
allergies.
And babysitting, dinner parties, and babysitting young lady. Okay. And, of course, my man over here, of course, he has refused to grow hair for another week. And he's over there sitting there keeping us on behind the scenes. My man, Head Sanford.
What's up?
You okay with that, boy?
Yeah, I'm great.
You good?
Weather today.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Now you can hear it. That's what I'm saying. See, I ain't got no earphones on, but we're going to make it work.
Okay.
And, of course, my man over here that's looking perturbed, as usual, the creator of Black Focus, him and my man Robert C. Webb. He don't grow no hair. Well, he does grow hair from time to time, but, you know, he cuts it right back off. My man, Uncle Super Dave. How you doing there, bro?
Sup?
Whoa, you just...
Sup.
So you just gonna go from 0 to 900 like in like 3 seconds like that, okay? So we want to thank everybody for joining us in the day. Today we're gonna go straight to our topic because we got a lot of people to put on blast today. In trending.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of people to put on blast today. So I want to go and straighten this out first of all for Miss Nikki G because she thought that this topic we were putting was kind of a repeat topic, but it's really not. And really, after we do a topic after about a year, we kind of refresh it.
We've talked about dating goofballs before.
We talked about dating goofballs before.
In a sense, the low-hanging fruit.
No, that's not a goofball. That's just somebody
That's a
desperate and
goofball.
thirsty. Well, yeah, you
That's
could
a
say
goofball.
you could put them kind of in the goofball category. But when we talk about this type of category, we're not talking about people who are desperate, thirsty, who are easy to have, not stuff like that. People who put themselves out there like they're easily available.
What's your definition of a goofball?
A goofball is somebody who has absolutely no idea how to have a successful budding relationship. I mean, their ideas and views on relationships are so whacked out and wackaloon that when you look at them, when you meet them, if they seem cool, but when you finish talking to them, you'd be like, whose friend are you? You know what I'm saying? Who raised you? So we're going to talk about this because I was talking to a friend, and this was what happened. You know, we had our meet and greet last Saturday. Thank everybody that came out to join us.
Yes, thanks for attending.
Then we had a great time, didn't we?
It was nice. It was nice.
Y'all just beating up on Bobby Boucher. Just beat him up because he called me the manager.
I had no words.
You have no words for that? Okay.
I had no words then, and I have no words now.
Why y'all going to beat up on that man like that?
I didn't say anything.
No, you did. You let your squad beat up on him.
No, he is still looking to speak to the manager.
Okay. Well,
And
he want to speak to
he clarified. He said, no, your titles say admin, not manager.
Oh, manager. Yeah. Like
One in the same.
Like I'm putting up hot fries or something.
I
Manager.
know.
Yeah. Okay. So we were brooding around a minute. We were trying to come up with a good topic for today. And the one that Miss Nikki G wanted to propose, I am so sorry. I'm going to let you have that one. I'm going to let you roll
Which
with
one
that
is
one
that?
next week. Yeah, you know it.
Remind me off
Head
air.
Sanford, do you want to go with what she wanted to talk
Well,
about?
look.
We looked at her like,
Oh yeah, I mean, but you just have to get other people's input on it because I don't have.
I think I have no dog in that
Okay.
horn. I have
Now,
no dog in no horn about a down low man.
I remember, but you guys got to remember last week it was,
Alcohol do that.
So yeah,
darling.
so we were talking about a lot of things.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of things.
But on to today's topic.
On to today's topic. Okay.
Goofball, let me see.
Dating and a goofball. Okay.
A naive, silly, or stupid person.
Naive,
That is
silly,
the
stupid,
definition.
unrealistic. So here's the thing. I talked to someone Sunday, and they gave me some statistics, and they were really startling. They said today, and let's go by, all of us remember our grandparents. All of us remember our parents. So, and all of us remember how they had their relationships, and most of us have had grandparents that probably started dating back in high school, because our grandparents, we probably the first generation they go to. Our parents probably the first generation. We were the first generation that went to college. So our grandparents met back when they were teenagers and got married, and either they stayed together for 50, 60 years, okay, and either died with each other, and to a large degree, most of our parents did. Okay, my mom and dad stayed married till he passed away. So now it seems that relationships and marriages that have that type of longevity are a thing of the past. And I think that what has happened, and I know we can argue the many arguments about it, about, back in the day, it was believed that people went to church, and, you're supposed to stay together, thick and thin, even if you had an abusive husband, even if he was going out here having babies outside the relationship. But I think a lot of it is because there's a dynamic change in the culture, too. And the person put the statistics out. He said from 50 years ago until now, and 50 years ago really is not a lot of time, because that's basically about the time when most of us were getting ready to be conceived. So between 50 years and today, the number of black marriages that have subsisted and were together versus how long marriages are now have dropped by 25%. And in today's current marriages, this is the strange statistic, 80% in marriages have at least one cheating partner.
Okay, so this person actually gave you numbers.
Right.
I think that one of the differences with our grandparents staying together back then is because, one, most of the women did not work. They stayed home. So therefore, they didn't leave because they knew that there was no employment for them during that time. Today, I think there's more divorces or women leaving men because women are outside the home. They have employment. They can take care of themselves. They can take care of the kids. They're not dependent on the man's income. So I think back then there was a lot of dysfunctional families, but it was hidden. It wasn't talked about.
And so let's go back to the question topic at B when we talk about dating. It seems that even the whole persona, and I'm in a lot of relationship rooms on Facebook, and I pull material sometimes. I pull material that's stuff that we don't get a chance to talk about that I think is really good stuff. And one of the things that really stuns me is the attitudes of women. The attitudes of women, not only when it applies to marriage, but the attitudes of women when it applies to dating. So the idea of dating with a lot of women, and when I listen to them, it's not, I think it's real interesting with the 21st century woman, because y'all want to be traditional in certain aspects and y'all want to be modern and free in others.
Men too.
How you figure that? Men want to provide. Hold on. Men want to provide. So let me ask you a question. So you're dating a guy, and the topic comes up that you're working, right? So let's go for the financial aspect, because financial aspects is always.
We've discussed the financial.
No. So hold on. So you're working. If you get married, are you going to continue to him to pay the bills? Because we always argue whether or not, when you're in a marriage, should people pay the bills mutually? Because remember, y'all women want to work outside the home, right? Y'all don't want to be brood mares. Y'all don't want to be home barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, right?
It's a joint effort. It's a partnership.
It's a partnership. Okay.
I'm not saying that he should pay the mortgage and all that. Why don't everyone just put a certain amount towards a joint account, and that joint account is for bills?
I agree. No, I agree with that. But I mean, I'm seeing a lot of women saying that, you know, if a man gonna decide he want to be with you or he gonna marry you, he pays all the bills. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't necessarily work if you want to sit. Because basically, what you're saying is, I want to come and make money, and my money is my money.
So is
your
she,
money is
so
my
is
money.
Is she the silly goofball?
Oh, she the goofball.
Yeah.
No, she the goofball. She the goofball. I mean, heads ever talk to me here. I mean, look, men by nature, and let's just be real for you women that are not. Look at your girl, Charmin. No, I'm going to have to call out. Who runs the world? Girls. No, y'all run the bedroom, sweetie.
No.
How y'all run the world?
If you run the bedroom, you do run the world.
Well, maybe with Donald Trump's world you do, but not his. He can't see the control.
Whoever runs the bedroom runs
You know,
the
it's
world.
just like it's just like Scarface said. He doesn't make good decisions because the culture control him. And as long as that happens, men, you're gonna always make decisions. And that's why women have that belief, because women believe that men lead with what they use in the bedroom. A real man is not gonna lead by what runs him in the bedroom. So, okay, I see what's up, Corey? I see you, bro. So what I'm saying is, let's talk about that on the financial string, and then we're gonna go talk about the relationship side, what you expect in a relationship.
Okay.
Dating a goofball. So women want to be independent, but then they want to keep their money. They want to sit on their money. They want to sit around here and have a man that pays the bills. But then they want to keep their money. So if the relationship, I guess, don't work out, not only does she get the assets in the marriage, he gets the assets, or he has to sell the house, which she gets the proceeds of. Then she gets to have all her money she's been sitting on when it don't work out. And is that the problem? And this is why it's goofball, Nikki G. Are people sitting around here now looking for a bigger, better deal when they get into stuff? In other words, are they waiting on stuff to crash and burn so they can cash out? Because that's what it seems a little goofball to me.
I think it's only, I don't think it's the majority. That's a small minority, because most of the women, I got some female friends, and they all make more than they
And why? Well, that's a whole new show.
Well, because somebody did post in the group the other day, would you marry or date? What was the question to the men? Would you marry or date a woman that made more than you, or would you, or was it, would you date a man that made less than you? I can't remember. It was something like that. And I said most women do.
Right.
Most women do date men that make less than them.
Right. I mean, my ex was made more than me. Not considerably more, but she made more than me, and it never affected my ego.
Which ex?
Yeah.
Huh?
Which ex? Nah, another topic.
This was, well, she was in her career for 20 plus years.
Which ex? Another time.
So you just gonna
another
go ahead.
day. Okay, moving right along.
And a lot of times, these women.
No, it ain't that ex. Like, you gotta
No,
go. It ain't that.
I spent mean time back at the ranch. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Those women don't expect. They don't expect to pay. They don't expect the man to pay all the bills. They kind of like go 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some women had the nerve to call him a build-a-bum. And the first thing I said to her there was a goofball comment. She said, if he ain't paying all the bills, he's a build-a-bum. Because it always straddles that line between potential and credential.
But look at the women that's saying that. The women that usually say, do they really got a man that's paying all their bills? Just think about it.
They be lying.
I know.
You ain't got to lie to me.
Right.
Because the honest truth is, a mature woman that has her stuff together, first of all, she's not going to say, I want a man that can pay all my bills. Because her mindset is that she can do it, but when you come in, anything is a compliment.
Right.
The ones that saying, I want a man to pay all my bills, they struggling to pay their own bills.
Yep.
They looking.
They the build-a-bum.
They
Okay.
looking for some help. They looking
Goofball.
for some help.
That's what I'm saying. Goofball. And
Or yet never had a man to pay their bills.
right. I never had a man to pay their bills.
Or look at your mama. Did she have a man that paid all her bills?
I'm over paying them bills on the corner.
Stay humble. Stay humble.
No, so, but that's what I'm saying. And when I say goofball stuff, and this is the reason why I say it, the stuff that come out of people's mouth, sometimes I have to go look at my phone and be like, did you just say that? Because I'm like, I know you don't believe this.
I think that both with men and women, when they start discussing that they want a partner to have this and that, especially if it's materialistic things, those are usually the people that don't have it anyway.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
never had it.
I never had
Because
it.
if you have it, you're not gonna speak on it.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, what grown woman is out there saying, "My man pay all my bills, my man do this, my man"?
Look,
Who does that?
There's one woman there's one room I should never let you go in because that's all she said. Men should pay for all dates, and I'm like, really? And I mean, it's nothing wrong. Look, I don't mind. I mean, look, I ain't okay. Now we're gonna talk about the relationship side of it, goofball stuff. Now, when we talk about cashing out in relationships, so often we hear people say, I want a good man, I want a good woman, I want a good man, I want a good woman. But how do people find that with people that have twisted views on what relationships are about?
You're only gonna find a good man, a good woman if you're good yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really? Now? So you're not saying that bad people don't find good people and screw it up?
They do. Yeah, they
In
do.
some cases.
Okay, so let me give you a personal thing. Charmin, you better be quiet because I
Which
see
ex?
you. What she said?
Which ex?
Your girl gonna get no. This wasn't an ex. This was just somebody.
Oh, okay.
No, this wasn't no ex. This is no
Okay.
ex. No ex. This was just some girl I tried to talk to. I'm gonna say it was a little while ago, but we went out on a date, and it was a nice date. I mean, real nice date. I mean, we've known each other for a minute, and
Nice on who part?
it was nice on both our part. We enjoyed it.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't get up and she don't throw water in your face, can we assume that that's a good date?
Okay, continue.
If she don't get mad, look at her phone, and say, you know what, I got to go somewhere. That's a pretty good date, right? So we just at the date, and we're getting to know
Let
each
me
other.
go to the restroom and take this.
No,
selfie.
yeah, right.
Take this selfie real
Right, take a
quick.
selfie right quick. Right, you know that old stuff. Out on a date. So, we're going on a date. Just getting to know each other, just trying to see something. So, and this is what, and I'm putting this on you women, because y'all notorious for this. We go out on a date, have a great date, talk about what we like, what we don't like, experiences that we've had before. Okay. So all of a sudden at the date, nice date, get a hug. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. Bye. I'll talk to you later. Don't hear from them no more.
You got ghost.
Got ghosted. So we're sitting around. So finally, about 2 weeks later, I get a text. Hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, Ghost, how you doing? You've been decided to call me in between your episodes of Filming Power, so how you doing? So, hey, Ghost, how you doing? So when I asked what happened with the silent treatment, you know what I heard? Well, I had a great time. I just don't think we clicked.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
After the date, did you contact her, reach out to her, and she totally ignored you and then called you 2 weeks later? Or after the date, you guys did have some type of back and forth communication?
No, we did.
Okay.
But what I'm saying was the communication that we had before the date totally went off after the date. And the thing that was so funny, was interesting, was she said, oh, well, you're a nice person. You're a really nice person. I just don't think we clicked. So the question gets into the back of my mind. I have to then listen to male logic because some things just seem to have to want to make sense to me. On a good date, when you're talking about, one thing I watch for people do on dates is people that talk too much about themselves. People on dates should also want to ask you about yourself, but you also have to be careful of people that ask you too much about you, because people that always want to ask you stuff about you are typically trying to find out stuff about you to try to navigate you. Well, if I get with this person, let me see. This is what they tell me.
Well, at least she told you that, you guys didn't click.
No. Don't worry, here, boo. No worries
and
here.
because she didn't throw a drink in your face, that doesn't really mean that it was a good date on her part. Maybe she was just acting civil.
Well, what kind of fool do you y'all take it? No, here's my point. When you know that you don't vibe with somebody, you can kind of tell you don't vibe with somebody.
And usually you can find that out on the first date.
Right, you can find that on the first date. But having and laughing and giving and just talking about mundane stuff is not a judge of how you click with someone. If you don't click with someone, you probably didn't click with someone before you went on a date with them. You just went on the date to see if somehow I was going to pull out my
She just
Superman.
went on a date to get a meal.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And that's what it is. Just be real.
Or maybe
you ain't got a lot of kicking credit.
But I mean, if you were having conversations prior to the date and you ask her out, maybe she was like, okay, he's cool. We've had
No,
great
we agreed on it
conversation.
mutually.
Okay.
We agreed on it mutually.
And then there's something that happened that clicked with her while on the date.
Really?
She decided
Me
that
asking you about the guys you beat up, that and she.
it was something.
Right.
So when she,
it was the date.
Okay,
That's
so
the date.
when you took her somewhere cheap or something. But
Yeah,
anyway,
right? Because I told her she could have cheese on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So my thing is that once she told you the truth, instead of just totally ghosting you and never ever having any other words to say to you, she told you. So what was your response?
Oh, I said okay, but I asked. I said,
Did you say why?
No,
Did
I
you
asked her.
ask
I
why?
said because my understanding is if you go on a date with somebody, you have a good time with them, and y'all laugh and giggle and stuff. I said I don't understand what you were looking for because see, you have to understand what a person is looking for, and people. I don't know. People look for this magical, mythical connection, like. They sit around here, it's like those old slow motion videos,
No,
like you
because
kid on the beach.
dating is data collecting.
Right, it's data collecting. So if you don't know anything about my past that it will ward you off, like, if I tell you, well, me and the goat been getting down since like last, no, I mean, it's just not that. Or, I may tell you some goofball stuff, like I may say something.
So I'm
stupid.
really sensing that you were into her, but she just wasn't into
No,
you.
I wasn't into her. I was just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So you were collecting data.
Just collecting data. How do you get that you don't click with somebody for just collecting data? We just talking about what we like, what we don't like, this, that, and the other. And my thing about it is it didn't go off the rails. It was a great time. So then you come back and tell me, well, I just don't think we clicked. And I'm like, well, obviously you made up your mind before the date was already over. So
And some people can make up their mind mid-date.
No, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about
You
that.
can go on a date, and while you're on a date, you can say
what
to
we
yourself,
having
you can say, I ain't going out with him again.
Nikki G, this is goofball stuff. How you doing? We having a great time. You know what, Nikki G? I don't want to see you no more. I mean, that's just goofball.
I don't think it's goofball.
It's
I
goofball.
think that if two people
my boy Ronnie said she had a man. Yes, she did. That's what it was. She had a man.
She had a man.
She had a man. And
Okay, was that the truth? Did she have a man? Did she have a man?
She
Or she was
had-
in between?
She in between. Well,
In between
she
is
had
not a man.
she had playmates. Let's just put it like that.
Then she
had
single.
playmates.
She was single.
No. She got playmates.
She was
And I'm
single.
not trying to be playmate number 3. No.
Well, of course not, because
Well, I will
you said you
say
didn't
this.
click.
No, hold on. But I will say this. She did divulge in certain information that she has very low tolerance for guys. Like she said she'll like she doesn't like to do a lot of stuff.
What's
and
her
guys
name?
will try. I ain't telling you her name.
What's
You
her
ain't gonna
name?
have her if I ain't about to something. You know you wrong for
Is
that.
she in a group?
No, she not. But I'm
Okay,
not
then.
throwing shade because she's not in the group.
Give us her initials.
No, that's attorney-client
Okay,
privilege.
okay.
No, but here's the thing that's so interesting about it is that you can have a good time with people, and people already have their self-preconceived notions about whether they want something or whether they don't. And when you do that, and this is why I say it's goofball. It's hard to fight against a tide. My younger brother, and he gives me some wisdom from time to time. He said, let me tell you something. One of the worst things in the world is a made-up mind. He said you can never fight against that. When a person has made up their mind about something, you fighting a losing battle with them. So people make up their mind before. You know how we say that women are kind of like men in that aspect, that they know when they meet a man if they want to sleep with him. They know. They know when they meet a man whether they want to click with him. They know when they meet a man whether they want to be with him, because everything in a relationship is about picturing that relationship before you actually in that relationship.
Not true in all instances.
So y'all just let it go where it goes?
No, because I've known women to, they know that a man has interest in them,
Right.
but they think he's a nice guy, and in their mind, we're just gonna be friends. So she's automatically
She done
put you in
got
the
burned.
friend zone.
She done got
Wait
burned.
a minute. Wait a
Uh-oh,
minute.
Dave shaking
Wait a
his head.
minute.
Here he goes.
Let me finish. Let me finish
I'm gonna
my
let you finish.
statement.
I'm gonna let Dave have
And
you.
then they continue to spend time with him, and they be like, you know what? He really treats me good. He's not really my type, and then they end up getting married.
They don't care about that.
They end up getting
If
married.
you're not his type, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. And I
Opposites
told somebody this.
attract.
Hold on. I told somebody this. no matter how good a man treats you, if you don't have that attraction for him, if he's not the man that you picture coming through the door, he is going to lose. Because
I think that if he is not your type and you know that you should not go out with him, because I think the more time that you spend with a person, the more you start to develop
but
feelings.
what is type?
And some women spend time with men out of loneliness. They want to be friends, and then one thing just happens.
Goofballers. Hold on, wait a minute. What is type? People say type. What is type? Melania Trump
know.
is with Donald Trump.
Some
okay,
people,
what is type?
Some people have type like
That is-
I don't like men that's 5'4" and under. Everybody has let's not say type. Let's say preference.
Okay, see,
Okay.
you getting ready to get in trouble for that too.
Let's say
Dave, you want to chime in on this, bro? Because you've been shaking your head, and I see the beads of sweat coming up. You want to chime in on this, bro? Come on, help me out here, man.
Women are so hypocritical when it comes to
Thank you.
relationships. I'm just sorry. Okay,
Thank you.
You're exactly right. Just like men, you know you want to sleep with that man. Usually the first couple of times you see him.
Thank you.
Let's stop that crazy.
Let's stop the
all right.
foolishness. Stop
And that's not me saying that.
No, you wait for him to
Look,
talk himself out.
That's
of
not
it.
me saying that. That's from women that I know who and many of them.
Some of them do
Okay.
know for right
All
off,
right.
but then sometimes you end up sleeping with people
The
that you
physical
didn't think.
attraction is just like eating. If I bring a plate of slop to your table,
Right.
it could taste like $1 million.
Right.
You won't touch it.
Yep.
Okay? But if I bring something that's all flowery and beautiful, it could taste like slop, and you will gobble it down. You'll at least take a bite.
No,
At least
then
take a bite.
but then you have those people that you bring them a plate of chitlins. It looked horrible, but they gonna taste it just to see because of what they heard. They hear people talk about it's good, it's
I
good.
ain't
so
never
they,
ate a chitlin in my life.
but I'm saying, but how do you think people and then people that eat it love it? So hey, it's
'Cause that's
not
their
all about
preference.
it's not all about presentation.
But here's the thing. That's their preference. They prefer chitlin. But that doesn't mean they also wouldn't prefer a pork chop or a piece of bacon or a piece of ham.
But he
Let me-
was
let me-
going
let-
on.
let-
He was
hang on.
going on the
So-
looks of food.
So
If
you meet a guy who's scraggly and beat up.
not me.
See? There you go.
Just made my point.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
I didn't
said
have to
some
finish.
women. I didn't say
have to
me.
finish.
Right,
And you
I
know,
didn't say
know
me.
what? I don't watch Steve Harvey, but Steve
don't
Harvey
either.
with that little. Did y'all see the experiment he did with the women?
Right, with the
The
two
two
guys.
sisters.
Yup, with the two
Okay.
guys, right.
I didn't.
You didn't see that experiment?
Well, it's been on Facebook.
Yeah,
all over.
it's been done for a couple of years.
Right.
But he busted them out because here were two brothers, very eligible bachelors,
Right.
who didn't look
Right.
the part because they had made them up.
They made them up, right?
They didn't want anything to do with those two made up brothers until they found out what kind of money they had. Come on now.
Men, I mean, you.
I'm saying we're the same. You just get ready to say
Right.
men do the same thing, right?
Right.
That's
And-
the
and
point.
you
So
all-
stop the
everybody-
hypocrisy.
No,
Right.
you
That's the
all
point.
We all have preferences. And I am saying that some people that feel like that's not my type, I wouldn't date him, I wouldn't date her, they do end up getting together and being like, normally I wouldn't date this person. And you have men and women that say that. So sometimes people
So what's
do.
wrong with that?
Nothing,
What's wrong
but
with
I'm
going
saying-
outside your box?
But I'm saying that sometimes people do get with those that they feel that they normally wouldn't date.
But then here's the problem, Nikki. Then you get these people out here that go with their preferences all the time, and their preferences dog them out every time. And then you don't get out the box.
And you
They
know what?
passing up
And
good
it's true. But if you going on looks, there's plenty of ugly men and women that dog folks out too. Now don't get it twisted now.
Hold on, but here's my
There's
point.
plenty of
So here-
dogs
but here's my
dogging
point.
each other out.
So, but here's the scenario I'm trying to make. If I buy a sports car and I know I got a lead foot and I keep driving my car, I keep wrecking my cars every month, then maybe I think to myself, Django, stop trying to beat your goat up.
Some people are just bad pickers. They always picking the wrong
Because
one.
they can't get past their box of preferences. So
It
let's
ain't
just
all
go right.
about a box.
But hold on, but let's just go here. Goofballness. I sit around the side, well, I'm tired of crashing my cars, driving up my insurance, getting tickets, driving these big fast sports cars. So I'm going to think outside the box now, and I'm just going to get me a luxury sedan that's not a super fast car. Does that mean I'm not going to lead-footed it? No. But what I'm doing is I'm going outside my preference to make a change. So hopefully I'll get a different result. But some people can't do that. They got to do it this way. And then what happens?
Some people only date people that they know that. Some people will only date people that they know that likes them better than they like them in return.
Right. But the thing about it is that if you're dealing with that type of person, and this is why I say when it comes to the goofball, and this is why relationships are not trusted. We can't even get to even talk about marriage because you got people now. What I see is here's it is pushing 50. So most people are either divorced now through their first divorce, or probably some people through their second divorce. And what happens is it seems when people go through their divorce, they go right back into their college years with dating. They go right back into their 20s with dating. It's let's just go out here and be friends. We ain't gonna catch no feelings. That's goofball stuff you did in college. Having your car key, having girls sitting around here putting sugar in your tank. That's goofball foolishness you did back in your 20s.
And I hope no one in their 30s or 40s is.
Then why are you dating the same way you dating in your 20s and 30s?
Involved with people doing that.
But why are you still dating that way? Having friends with benefits. My little sister told me this a long time ago. She said if you over the age of 40, you shouldn't even be in friends with benefits relationships no more. She said, you too old for that. She said, if you, she said that. Now, I don't necessarily say that I agree or don't agree, but she made a point. She said, once you get to an age, when you start getting mature, and you done been through the ringer with bad relationships, she said, friends with benefits relationships, you can have a casual friend, but y'all should have a exclusive understanding. All this, I'm sleeping with this person, I'm sleeping with that person, I'm over here with this dude, or I'm with this girl over here, but I'm taking money from this girl over here. Man, that stuff get annoying. One, I got a job. I ain't got time for that.
But a lot of relationships start off with as friends with benefits.
No, and that's fine. But what she was arguing is that friends with benefits should be morphing into something more than friends. But let's just be real. Who did you ever date that you committed to him before you had sex with him? If you know him, let me know. I need to find that unicorn. I ain't never known it. So the lust always gonna kick in for the love.
Friends with benefits, that'll never change because when people are not in committed relationships, you know, everybody have needs, so they just have that one person. But I think that most people aren't looking for a relationship. They just hadn't met someone that's compatible.
They not made it. Again, your focus determines your reality. Your focus determines. If you looking for a boyfriend, you'll get a boyfriend. If you looking for somebody just to sleep with, you're gonna get somebody to sleep with. If you looking for a wife,
but
or
at
husband,
a certain age, should you be looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend, or should you be looking for?
No, you should be looking for a wife.
That's what I'm saying.
And but see, that's the whole point of what I'm arguing.
Because it's just the whole
reason
term
why people
in
are
your 40s saying I have a boyfriend.
No, but what I'm saying, Nikki G, this is why it's so goofball. This is why it's goofball people and goofball dating habits. When you get older, you supposed to sit around here and start being more stable in your thinking, how you do stuff and everything. You should show stability.
First, you should be a little stable before you even seek a mate.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Who would you know at the age of 50 still jumping jobs? Who you know at the age of 50 still moving in and out of apartments every 6 months?
And ripping and running the street.
Right,
and
ripping and running the street at every social scene. You should be, that stuff should have been stuff you doing in your 20s and 30s. You should be past that.
And some people did it in their 20s and 30s and never stopped.
Right, and never stopped and still doing it.
Or some people did it in their 20s and 30s, were married, got a divorce, and now they living their second life.
Trying to get turned up. Goofball. We goofball. We going back to goofball.
I wouldn't say this goofball.
I'm
just living
saying,
differently.
You go into your little set of freedom when you celebrate getting a divorce, and then you calm back down.
Or,
and you get focused.
People live a different life once they raise their kids and they have an empty nest. And
yeah,
if
travel.
they are single,
travel. That's what
they,
you do.
They travel and do a lot of other things. So.
Go see
you're
other
not
cultures.
supposed to sit around the house and wait for
I'm
someone to come.
I didn't say
it goes opposite. Men be wanting a relationship when they get older. Women don't be wanting to,
Because women seek relationships at a lot earlier age than men. And once the man is ready to settle down at a certain age, usually that woman has raised her kids and probably divorced, and now she's probably looking at like the last 20 years I've been raising kids, working, now I'm divorced, and I'm going to get out there. And usually you have the men, they've been out there, they have kids, but now they looking for a woman to settle down with.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but here's the point. You can settle down and still have fun. That just means that, look, we're just going to say we're not going to be out here jumping in between partners. There's nothing wrong with
Well,
that.
I just think that once you've
Focus.
gone through a divorce, I think people are a little more careful the next time. And the things that they look for in a mate, they're not going to settle in their 40s and 50s like they probably did in their 20s or 30s. Or it's just that your whole mindset is different.
You didn't sell. Let me tell you something. You didn't sell in your 20 and 30. You was out there trying to reap them rewards like everybody else was, and it blew up on you. That's all.
Some people, I mean, it's just a different life after you reach a certain age.
Right.
Once you finish raising kids, and if you're stable in your career and finish school or whatever, then it's time to leave.
Right. Let's go and enjoy the pool by the back of the house and travel and let's go kick it.
But
and
I mean,
kick it
if
on
you're
the beach.
still doing the same things like job hopping and don't have a stable job or
don't have a
stable
stable
place to
house,
live,
right.
then
Oh,
that's
Goofball.
totally different.
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
totally different.
Stop being a
You
goofball.
get yourself
Not
together
you.
first.
You ain't no goofball because you was rocking that dinosaur outfit yesterday at that barbecue.
Shut up.
So we get ready to take a break, and we get ready to come back, and we gonna start the trend. Don't forget, people, stop being goofballs. Come to a relationship, anything you want to have with some realistic expectations, and you're gonna be right okay. All right, y'all. And don't settle. We be back, y'all. Devil's Advocate.
Who did lie to you? Gotta find that fool. Hey, who did lie to you? Now he'll keep on running by. I'm closing in. I'll hunt him down and tell the bitter end. If you see me coming,
Having issues with child support, traffic tickets, criminal matters, family, wills, estates, and probate matters? Call Jimmy C. Morris of the Morris Law Firm here in Little Rock, Arkansas, an aggressive powerhouse attorney that will fight for you. Call him 7 days a week from Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Weekend appointments are also available. And also, check out Jimmy Morris on The Devil's Advocate once a month for our infamous Ask the Attorney segment as he talks about social, political, and legal issues. Check him out, and his dedicated staff of professionals will fight for justice for you. Again, that's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. That's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. Call him.
Do you have a business or are you looking to start a business? Do you need more customers and traffic to your website? Visit ourblackbusiness.com and sign up for free tips and strategies on how to grow or start your business. Our Black Business has free information on marketing, website design, website traffic, acquiring customers, affiliate programs, and so much more. All of our information is free of charge. So please visit ourblackbusiness.com today.
hey, boy, my judgment's divine. I'll tell you who you can call. You can call. You better call the police.
That happened here in the news the last week. So for you guys who did not know, and nigga, I know you was roasting. The internet is always undefeated as always. We had two issues that came up that were prevalent to our community within the last week, and I'm gonna touch on the least sensitive one first, and then we're gonna go all in on the more serious one.
Go ahead.
Oh Lord, we might want to check our phones. Have we been paying phones? Okay. Tell Brent to try again. We're gonna keep on doing it. Kanye West, or Kanye West is his new name in thing. He decided for whatever reason he wanted to go and hang out with the colonizer. Now I got some issues right here because all of this started with the Black Lives Matter protest that came up over I guess it was an issue down in California, and this black conservative, I want to say her name was Candace. Hey Sam, you remember the name? Is it Candace Brown or is it Candace?
I think think it's Candace Owens. Let's see, let me make sure. Yes, Candace Owens. Her name is Candace Owens.
Okay,
She's
Candace
a
Owens.
Black conservative. That
Oh
talk a
yeah,
lot
black
of-
conservative pundit. Okay, thank you,
about
sir.
it,
You know,
yeah.
you got to keep. You know, I'm getting old back in the days. I can't remember nothing. Okay, so, oh wow, it's going right to voicemail. Wow, we got to figure out something because we got people that got to come get these tickets. So, let's go here. Tell Stanley he can Skype if he wants to. She comes up and she talks about how she calls herself chin checking Black Lives Matter, and then she throws Kanye West's name into the mix. And the first issue I had with this woman was the first thing that came out her mouth because I saw the video when she went on the news and tried to explain it. Huh? Okay, do we need to go ahead and throw it out there? Because he said the number's working fine. Okay, we'll throw it out there. 855-525-5683. For those of you guys that are trying to call in, please let us know. I see Stanley trying to call us in. We're going to try to see if we can get you in. It seems like the number is working fine, but because we want to go ahead and give these tickets out today. So excuse us if we're having technicals.
It's dialing me. It's working fine.
Huh, it's working fine. Stanley, get rid of that Obama phone, bro. Call us back. So she gets in, and then Kanye decides he wants to sit out and come out with a Make America Great Again hat on. So I got issues with that because, you know, this is the same dude that was going around. Call him. Okay. He made a post out, if y'all remember, about 15 years ago about George Bush didn't care about black people. And then he comes out and supported Donald Trump. Y'all go ahead and tell me what's wrong with this picture, because I got an issue.
I have no words about Kanye West, and my whole thing is I'm wondering why people aren't surprised. So I don't get it. I'm not understanding why anybody is surprised anyway.
Head Sanford.
Well, yeah. Ever since his mama died, I mean, he been going.
Yeah,
through
he been a moon cricket ever since his mom died. That boy been howling at the moon.
Right.
And I don't make light of people having issues with grief, but dude, it seems that ever since he went through that grief, he got more and more vocal and way out there.
Is his wife and her family, do they support Trump? So if they do, then why are you surprised? He ain't married to a sister, so why
Oh
be
yeah,
surprised?
he done messed around and got he
But
had
have they-
sunken place.
how they came out in support of Trump. I
I've
haven't
never
seen
heard
anything.
them come out. How
I
can a woman, a fan like Black dude?
Yeah, I haven't heard.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
he done hung out with them.
I know
colonizers.
Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner supported Trump until Trump said something about transgender. Then he said
Well,
he
I
no
know
longer support
Bruce,
Trump.
A.K. Yeah, she did at first,
Yeah,
but then when he came out against women, then he withdrew his support.
Right.
But see, that's the problem with the colonizers. They always support their pocketbook. So yeah, you have people that don't necessarily agree with his ideas, but they support that he gonna keep it rich.
But my whole issue with
oh, Nikki, be home, sweetie. I think Stanley, you there, boy?
Hey, what's up, man? Can y'all
Oh
hear me?
Lord,
yes, we can hear you.
yeah, he on here. We hear you.
Yeah, man. I'm in Tristan Thompson's basketball camp trying to work on learning how to get a triple-double.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I heard y'all talking about Kanye, and y'all talking about Kanye Kardashian this morning?
Yeah, why don't you give us your take on it?
Yeah, give it your take on it. What's it?
I think he's still on opioids. He's still like he high to me.
Okay.
I don't think clearly he can't be sober with them kind of thoughts because I think that brother's like on Get Out for real. Like he's stuck somewhere and can't get out.
Okay.
See, that's why I get for not having earphones on.
Yeah, something wrong with him, man. He need to start using 3-ply tissue paper because something wrong with him.
You call him Kanye Kardashian.
What? Kanye Kardashian?
Yeah, Kanye, well, either or. I mean, and he's just a different kind. But as a former Kanye fan, he's always been a little different and edgy anyway.
So you're a
And
former fan of Kanye Kardashian.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to stick to the college dropout. I'm good.
Okay, so you will not be purchasing his music in the near future.
Yeah, I like Kanye when he was sleeping with Amber Rose. Oh, God.
Well, I want to know who in person.
When he was dating Amber Rose. I'm sorry, Dave. Don't push the button.
out.
I'm sorry.
Well, hey. He lost, 10,000
He had
followers
10,000
on.
followers on Twitter right after he did that.
Well, we'll see
Yeah,
when
but
the record sales come out.
Kanye's a whole different dynamic. I don't even know if he only follows Kim. That's the only person he even follows, right?
He said he only follows Kim.
Right.
So yeah, he's a different kind. He's a kind. Never mind. God, we got it. Can we have like a dark session one day where I can curse? It's hard for me to maintain my conversation levels.
We'll see.
He got. Can I talk about Bill Cosby? Can I change subject?
Yes, please.
Yes, we got to talk about
Let's
Bill
let's
Cosby.
discuss
Let's go
Bill
forward with
Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Yes,
So
let's talk about it.
now they got Bill out the way. When they gonna get Harvey Weinstein and Donald Trump?
Everybody say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I hate that for Bill because that's probably gonna take him on to the other side. I can't see him being able to go to jail.
Do you really think he's going to jail at 80?
I don't. I think he could go to jail at 80 because he's black. I hate to say it like that.
He black, huh?
Nothing they do to black people, you know, shocks me anymore because we in this new America for the next 2.5
But
years. We gotta deal with it.
I'm always surprised at black folks that are surprised at racism, especially when they see something and they post it on Facebook. I'm like, why are you surprised that it's going on? You're surprised that now it's being recorded. This is nothing new. This is nothing new at all. So why is anyone surprised that Bill Cosby was actually convicted?
Correct. And then, you know, you can listen to the thoughts of he's convicted after he makes an attempt to purchase NBC.
I mean, his only
Everybody
edge
said
is
that.
that he is a black man in America, but his only edge is that he is a rich black man in America.
Yeah.
So even if he
No,
does,
he pays rich. He's a wealthy black man.
right, so he could just get a fine and probation.
And lifetime pudding.
Or-
And the thing about Bill Cosby is, you know, we talk about how
And what did he
people
say about
are,
us?
are slick with their money. Bill Cosby liable to give all that money to HBCUs, and them accusers won't get a dime.
Do you think he really would?
I think he would. I think at this point, he seems to be more worried about his legacy to me. I just think Bill would just get that money to a school. After schools would take the money is a whole different thing too. But I just see Bill ain't finna pay them folks.
Well, one thing about us black folks, we are some forgiving people.
Yeah. And wait,
Oh yeah,
Bill put us
oh
on
yeah.
the
All
map
Bill got to
13
do is
years
show up
ago. He
on
put us on blast
Oprah
from
or a
the
special, and let Ayanna fix his life, and we'll be right back to watching the Cosby Show 24 hours a day.
If they don't take it off the air.
And they should never took Jello pudding pops out the store. No way. I'm telling you. And Fat Albert would be good for these kids nowadays because they need the brown horn to come save them.
Yes.
And so, other than that, man, I'm looking forward to watching LeBron get sent home this weekend. That's going to be great. And shout out to Baker Mayfield for making sure the Browns will to the Browns.
So wait,
I need to tell Nicky D something too.
Get ready to go to the playoffs.
Okay, what you got to tell me?
Can you hear me? Mama, I love you. B.O.B.
Well,
baby.
hey, I need your voice too, boy. Don't be forgetting that. Bye. Hello? Did I tell you? Obama phone all day. See, that's what I told you. He said that to you, didn't he? He said that to you.
Yeah, he said that to you. Anyway, so yeah, right. Let's talk about this because you know there was so much stuff going on about Bill Cosby about he was trying to buy or acquire the rights, the ownership rights to NBC, and surprisingly all these allegations came up. I mean, hold on, let me go to my angry black man first before we go here.
It wasn't
What do you
true.
think about that, Dave? Do you think that had something to do with it?
About what?
About
NBC?
him trying to make purchase acquires for NBC, and then all of a sudden these sexual allegations started popping up.
I mean, anything's possible in this white man's world. I wouldn't, I would not discount that it had something to do with it. But I also think that here's the thing, and I think there's more to this, and we're going to talk about this on Black Focus. There's more to this. I think this is, believe it or not, a backlash from OJ. I'm serious.
Well, why
Think
ain't he
about
going after Kanye? He married to the colonizers. Right?
But you're missing the point, though. See, OJ, I think everybody agrees, at least the majority of us agree, that OJ had something to do with that. But the reason black people defended O.J. so staunchly
Right.
is because O.J. was the first black man to beat the white man's system.
Yep.
Okay? There's a difference here.
Right.
Most black people, if you talk to them, they'll say O.J. was guilty.
Right.
But they supported him because he beat the
Right, he
black
beat the
man,
system,
the
so
white
they went
man's
different.
system.
Right.
So they
went
go
different.
after Bill Cosby.
Right.
You know, because now let's go get another primetime big guy to go after him. Let's see if he beats the system. And even with his money, he can't beat the system. That's just my take
Well,
on it.
I'm gonna be real with you. He's 80 years old. Any lawyer worth their salt, what they're gonna do, they've already told him anticipate a guilty verdict. So what they've done is they've given him a multi-million-dollar appeal bond, and they're gonna automatically appeal that verdict. As soon as that
I
judge,
was about to ask, did they say anything about appealing?
of course they're gonna appeal it.
Yeah,
Of course.
appeal
I mean,
But have they mentioned it?
well, they're not going to mention it
of
because I
course
believe
we
the
know.
sentencing is going to come separate.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is after the judge gets ready to hand down the sentence, then the lawyer is going to put out an appeal bond. And basically that is, can he remain free on bond while we appeal it? By the time it gets tied up, Bill Cosby going to be long
Here is my
dead.
question: where was Camille?
Well,
Do y'all
people
have
that
any
close
thought
to-
that he did or not didn't do it?
Well, his wife said, they said people who close to his wife said that it's karma because she said that he did some of this stuff. So
No, yeah, that's what I
That's
was
what I'm saying. Do y'all have any? See, here's the thing.
Well, didn't he admit to having? He admitted.
He admit to having sex with this woman, this particular woman.
Right.
But here's my thing. I judge people on patterns.
Right.
Okay. Now, what? How many of those women came out and basically said the same thing? See, that's the whole argument with Donald Trump. Too many women have come out and said the same thing.
Yeah.
There's an old African proverb. If one man call you a fool, ignore it. If 10 men call you a fool, take heed. Too many people have been hollering fool for Cosby, Trump, Weinstein, and the like. I think what people need to be concerned about is this, okay? Well, there are other people. Matt Lauer for NBC, he literally raped a woman in his office, okay? What we should be concerned about whether or not there will be equal justice as opposed to whether or not Bill Cosby is guilty or innocent. Because we have prime evidence of other white men, prominent white men, who have done similar or worse, including the President of the United States.
And they get
Let's see what happens.
And here's the thing: is they're paying people off. That's the thing. But still, back to my question: where was his wife? I read
at
that
home
she was.
raising the
that
church.
she-
'Cause I don't think Camille ever worked very much, did she?
she handled all the money.
Right,
she was
ran
the business
right.
manager.
She was basically to have her
Okay.
wife that handled the finance.
But I know I'm saying that during the court proceeding, they said she wasn't in court with him.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
that's ugly.
That's what I'm asking. That where was
She getting ready to
Camille?
live off that man million when he
No,
passed.
I know they said that she wasn't in the court.
She probably disgusted. How do you sit back and listen to the man you've been married to for over 50 something plus years, been out here getting it on with the freakazones?
You don't think she knew?
She knew.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah,
do.
because didn't he admit years ago that he had a child with another woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he had a child with another woman.
In fact, all of those Hollywood types, all of them are doing it.
Right.
No,
Men and
it
women.
ain't. It ain't. It's. I
So,
mean,
come on.
any
Well, it ain't
woman,
just Hollywood
any
types,
woman,
it's DC types
any
too, so-
woman that's married to a rich man and he's in entertainment, she know that when something is going on.
Again, the goofballs coming to the fray because this is what I don't understand: what people tolerate so they can be comfortable. They will
But
tolerate.
my whole thing with her is
No.
she supporting him through this because it's very because even in cases when the husband and wife are on bad terms, they always tell the wife to show up because it just looks good in court to have your wife there supporting you. So that's why I'm asking.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on. That,
she is.
we got it. We got a caller on. Well, all you callers, y'all supposed to call in today. So hold on. We got a caller. Hello, caller. How you doing? This is Django from the law firm Rob Steele and Cheatham.
Hey, good afternoon. How's everybody?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you all?
So talk to me real quick. What do you think about what's going on with Kanye and Cosby?
Well, we'll hit them one at a time. I think the most important issue would be Cosby right now. Not in so much, and mind you, I'm not a big fan of Cosby after the. I'm not sure if y'all remember the pound cake, his little pound cake brigade back in like early 2000, when he was going around criticizing a lot of the black males specifically, about, you need to pull your pants up and, you need to, basically you need to fit this image, the Huxtable image in order to become progressive in America. And as we see right now, it don't matter. It doesn't really matter, like whether you're looking like a thug or you're looking like a well-dressed, three-piece suit. It doesn't really matter. So that wasn't really the issue. That kind of made a bad taste in the mouth for most people in the black community about Cosby.
Right.
On the other hand,
So do you discount? Colin, let me stop you for a minute because I hear people complaining about that. Bill Cosby individually has donated and raised more money to HBCUs individually than any other black person in this country. So just because he made that comment, do we just say, "Oh, let's forget about Bill Cosby"?
Well, no, we're that's the other side of this. The other side of this is, he has done a lot for the black community in certain aspects. Now, we're not going to take that away from him. He has what you call a mixed legacy right now. Because, he has helped HBCUs. That is true. I wouldn't take that away from him. But also, he has been what you call a shield for white people to sit up there and say, kind of pat him on the back and say, "Good job, Bill. Good job." Kind of like what you see Stephen A. Smith doing, You say something good and then you go back around and say, "Well, I have to say, what about black on black crime?" And it kind of gives them a bit of oh, okay, he's kind of helping us a bit,
So you said he was giving weapons to the colonized, what you're saying?
Look, if he wanted to discuss certain things about us, in our communities, he could have did that in his own private, his own, like, I'm not sure if you remember that movie he did called Mother Jugs and Speed.
Right.
In that movie, there was another brother. It was an opposite ambulance team, and the brother said the N-word in front of white people. And he said in that film right there, he said, not in front of mixed company, And that's what he should have taken as far as, critiquing the black community. He should have said, we're not going to, what I got to say, I'm not going to say around them, which he did. So.
Well, real quick, because we got like a minute left. What do you tell me about Kanye?
Kanye, I mean, come on, this brother he's been lost since how long? We can go back since he started getting money.
Join, I'm taking you off my friends list.
Since he started getting money, he's, there's a rule, you really can't get up to the $50 million club and not, start that, the tap dancing. You really can't. I mean, let's go down the list. Anybody in America who's black and who's made a substantial amount of money, you already see what's going on.
Right. Well, you know what, brother? I'm going to call you brother for real. So anytime you feel like calling us, you call us. I think you got the number on here. I see you up there in New York. You're enjoying yourself. That's great. So you are the proud winner of 2 tickets to the Marvel Infinity War. We're going to send them to you after the show. We're going to have to fix the line because people are going to beat us up now because they couldn't call in today. So, I mean, they're going to think we didn't pay the jam in. But no, people, we didn't. We've been having some issues with things. But we're going to run this again next week because, trust me, if you can get into that movie tonight, I will give you another 2 tickets because that movie has been basically booked out the whole day. So after this show, brother, for real, we getting ready to go and send you some tickets, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling in, bro. I appreciate it. Well, we went from talking about Goofball to relation to talking to 2 Goofballs. Talking about 2 Goofballs today. So I want to thank you, Nikki, for joining us in. And don't forget, I would appreciate, let me say this. I appreciate you, Nikki, for organizing that second meet and greet. We had a very great time. Nikki, she had
You are welcome.
Yeah, she's just so great, man. She's so elegant. Wouldn't you agree? She just did the thing. And of course, we're going to do another function. We're trying to put a movie night together, guys. So real quick, don't forget, we're going to give out these tickets as part of that movie night. So get with Roby Warren in the room so we can try to get us our own theater. Black Swan Catering will be doing the do for us. So, and then we'll be trying to work on something in June for a picnic. The Devil's Advocate first annual picnic. That's what Nikki said. She wants some good bratwurst.
I think she getting bratwurst after. Anyway, so I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Dickie G. Thank you, Head 7. And, of course, Mr. Vogel, Uncle Super Dave. Thank you. And thank you again for standing. And we will see you guys.
Until next time.
That's right. Until next time. Don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Men, are you looking to improve your look